你好，祝你有美好的一天。这就是频道 Celebrity News Today 247。这是今天的新闻。
The 31-year-old Xiao Zhan has robbed the 7 deadly sins of the god realm, but he still looks like a world of fireworks. Xiao Zhan is 31 years old. I remember when I was 30 years old last year, Meow Pig wrote an article. The 30-year-old Xiao Zhan lived to be a 70-year-old who did what he wanted without breaking the rules to commemorate the article. Then this year should also show a little bit, just as Xiao Zhan officially announced another endorsement. Double happiness is coming, let's give it a light and pleasant name. The 31-year-old Xiao Zhan crossed the 7 deadly sins of the god realm, still a world of fireworks. Thomas, a famous Western theologian in the Middle Ages, wrote in his In on Evil, the 7 evil deeds are clearly stated, namely arrogance, jealousy, rage, laziness, greed, gluttony, lust, referred to as the 7 deadly sins, also known as the 7 deadly sins. This allows people to gradually become self-centered, damage the individual's spirituality and ultimately lead to the destruction of the individual. What would happen if these 7 deadly sins were put on Xiao Zhan? Arrogance means contempt for others, arrogance without bottom line. Xiao Zhan started as an amateur, with an ancient costume drama that became popular. Fame and fortune were instantly at your fingertips. Flowers and applause, money and prestige are rushing in. If he gets carried away and loses himself, what if you can't find your way? Jealousy means resentment because others are better than oneself. The entertainment industry is also a land of hidden dragons and crouching tigers. There are handsome, rich and fortunate ones. There are those who are athletic, those who are talented, those who have strong backgrounds, and those who are truly talented and practical. Someone who has a slanted sword. In it, if he is jealous of the good fortune of others and the talent of others, dedicating to the world of others, admiring other people's wealth. What would happen if your eyes are red and crazy all day long? Rampage refers to violent and uncontrolled anger. The world is not fair. Where there are people, there will be rivers and lakes, so there will be people who refer to deer as horses and reverse black and white. If Xiao Zhan faces injustice, abuse, slander and ridicule, what would happen if you slapped your face and slapped your arms when you didn't agree? Laziness seems to be the standard of human beings. Like everything beyond the bed is far away, like today is tomorrow, there are so many tomorrows, so many hard-hearted words are all prompting a problem. Laziness. If Xiao Zhan doesn't practice his dancing and acting skills hard, what happens if you don't do your job and just hang around all day? Covetousness refers to the love of money, and greed is the love of food. It is an excessive desire for a certain goal that is not commensurate with one's own strength. As the saying goes, greed is like a huge mouth, there is no time to be satisfied. If Xiao Zhan loves money and fetishes, always pay less tax in total. Or how about a little bit cheaper? Toady, a ferocious and gluttonous beast in the legend, was later extended to refer to gluttony and gluttony. Excessive intake of food to satisfy one's appetite. If Xiao Zhan doesn't say anything when he encounters delicious food, how about burping and burping into 3 bowls of rice? Lust. This is a good explanation. In layman's terms, it is a mistake that men usually make. Several artists who have fallen like dumplings recently probably failed to keep this bottom line. If Xiao Zhan also has this hobby and sees beautiful women with flying eyes, and then plan to further communicate the feelings will be how. There are 2 things in this world that cannot be looked at directly. One is the sun, and the other is the human heart. The reason why it is difficult to look directly at people's hearts, Miyahu thought, is precisely the pervasiveness of these 7 deadly sins. People have weaknesses, and if they have weaknesses, they will find a breeding ground for these 7 deadly sins. Throughout Xiao Zhan's journey, there are too many opportunities to win the bid, and he, like the gods who descended from the mortal world, these pickled and dirty, before getting into him, they were all melted by his sunlight. Why can a mortal man overcome the curse of the god realm? Meow Pig thought, it was probably because of the fireworks that were cast in the depths of the soul. Human fireworks, originally referring to cooking smoke, generally refer to eating, drinking and lizard. Today's hot men and women turn it into a life attitude and a life orientation. People with fireworks must be people who return to nature. When you see something delicious, your eyes light up, and when you hear about Coke, you laugh. If you like it, go all out, and if you hate it, you will shy away. Such people are pure, and they are naturally pure, so they ask, where can the dust be stained? Being tricked by a colleague, Xiao Zhan raised his arms without hesitation to prevent others from reaching for the food chopsticks. Compete with your own staff in push-ups, and don't forget Versailles when you win. Put on a vest, let go of the ducks and race the bike. Such a person. Where can people connect with big stars? Isn't this the big boy next door around us? People with fireworks must be people who love life. The 1.8-meter giant rabbit can pack a bunch of red roses carefully. You can put on an apron, swing a big spoon, and cook delicious dishes in a sizzling oil pan. You can hug the cat, in the afternoon light, have a dream of spring and autumn soaked in laziness. Such a person is like a new mushroom. In the rhythm of nature, release the seeds of life to the fullest, and derive the highest tribute to life. A person with fireworks must be a person with a vivid soul. Dare to love, like fans, spread out a book of beautiful pictures for those who love him to enjoy and download, and don't need to spend a cent. Dare to hate, like against Heisey, a petition goes straight to the judge's case, and will never be sloppy. Dare to fight, like dancing, it doesn't matter if you are not good at it. It doesn't matter if you lose your toes, you're good to go. Dare to do it, like facing the stage. How about leaving home halfway? On the stage of the drama, a pinch of hair is still needed. Such a person has a lively and powerful soul, a firm and persistent goal. He will not be concerned about him, nor will he worry about gains and losses. Now that you have decided to move forward, the distance must be the horizon. A person with fireworks must be a person with warm demeanor. He held umbrellas for his assistants and told fans not to forget to clear the field and give flowers to those who need them more. He himself lived a near-death, but quietly faced the camera and said, "Just a haircut," soothed so much pain in the heart. Such a person is like the spring breeze, like the drizzle. Always give the people around him spring, like warmth, and summer, like fiery, makes you want to get closer. Therefore, there are people with fireworks in the world. What I see in my eyes is the prosperity of the market, and all I hear in my ears are the chirping of birds and swallows. All I think about is ordinary life. He never put himself on the ground. Instead of floating in the air, the world is beautiful enough. Firewood, rice, oil and salt, calling friends and friends, sing softly, despite the big waves, the wind is still light. Simple and thorough, back to the basics. All this, because he deeply realized that the world is the most worthwhile. The fireworks in the world are the most soothing. But for Xiao Zhan, the fireworks in the world, it is a higher, level ability, and it is a more expansive pattern of being in the mundane world, but the mind is out of the world. So, Miahu thought, Xiao Zhan engraved another stroke on the annual ring. The greatest achievement is to transcend the 7 deadly sins of the gods. The most precious gift is to travel across the sea, but still a world of fireworks. The 7 deadly sins tested him, and he survived the 7 deadly sins. Turn the rotten into the miraculous, and let the good continue, Miahu thought. This should be the most free and easy message to 31-year-old Xiao Zhan.